Dirkens here. Thank you so much for joining me for tonight's Clemson versus LSU. It's the national championship tonight if you're watching this in the future. This was shot on the Friday before the national championship. The Friday before the Clemson versus LSU Q&A with Bobby Dirkens. Got people showing up left and right in here. You would think that they got the disease and I have the cure. Good to see all of you in here. You showing up left and right. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in a guitar picking mood. You don't know what I might do tonight. I'm getting in here. Have this little can. It's of the Jelly Bellies. It was actually Jelly Belly beer. Jelly beans. And they were actually quite good. I didn't get a buzz or anything, but they were quite delicious. You need to try them out. I'm going to get my guitar here. And tonight, I'm just going to pick around. Guitar's a little out of tune, but y'all forgive me, won't you? That's annoying me. When Mama grew her mustache, I knew something was up. When she had hair growing far above her butt. I don't know. I'm going to keep writing stuff like that a little later. I'm going to put out the album and everything. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. I got a bunch of you showing up left and right. It's good to see you. May there to you. For you new folks, I want to explain something to me. May there is, a lot of you say, hi, hello, guys. I'm saying may there to you. May there. May there to you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Winford Reiner, one of my buddies on here. Me and Winford, we've went back and forth before, but I'm telling you, it's nothing but good, clean Christian fun. Okay, some of it probably wasn't Christian, but we had fun. He just dropped $5 super chat on Ole Bobby Dirkens, making it rain in here. It's a Friday night. It's time to make it rain in the club. Only, we're not talking about big, juicy butts and going out and shooting people and snorting coke and all that much stuff. And may there to all of you. It's good to see all of you. I'm going to say some may there's to you. A bunch of people showing up in here left and right. I'm going to start from the top. It's probably going to sound like I'm reading out a phone book. The Birdman, Sean D, Camel Shark, Coastal 79, Lee Griffith, Dirty Joe, Robert Zareth, AKG Smooth, P Digits, Kim Sylvester, LSU Scooter, Mom of 3, Tiger Nation, hey buddy, AKG Smooth, Melissa May George, Matthew Desjardins, 2 girls, 1 Nick, let me see, I wish I hadn't read that, TXA Clan, Little C7, Winford Reiner, Clemson Carson, Melissa May, TXA Clan, Danny D. Rock, my half-er, said, first time, Bobby, big fan. May I tell you, Danny? Good to see you. Jesse Sullivan in here. Coastal 79 just dropped $5 on me. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to quit my job and just start staying on here all the time. Just talking to y'all good people of the world. Thank you so much, Coastal 79. Big supporter of the fan, says, go Tigers. May there, my man. Well, may there to you. Good to see you. Thank you so much. D. Tider. Hard Times 57, Steve Morrow, Opie Jim, Chase Henderson, Beckett Black. Let me see. Mom 3 was liking how I said, man, I wished I hadn't read that. I wished I hadn't read that. I realized what it said about, I don't know, 2 minutes afterwards. But thank you all so much for joining me. So tonight is a special edition. Very special edition. I know my good friend Pigskin Pete has just wrapped up a live stream, and I'm going to stop right now and say this for you. If you don't know Pigskin Pete, I am telling you, I know you don't need my permission. You're American. You pay taxes. You're an adult. I want you to stop watching my video just long enough to go in and type in Pigskin Pete in the YouTube search engine. I want you to go over to this page. I want you to subscribe. And then after that, I want you to write thank you here. Because I just told you about one of the greatest people. A great friend of mine. Somebody, I know that tonight if my wife got mad, lost her mind, she kicked me out, I could go sleep on his futon. That's right. Go check him out. Great people. And then hit subscribe on my channel. Turn on notifications. Tonight is a special edition of the Bobby Dirkens Show. That's right. I rarely open it up to the public. be quite honest, because the public is stupid. The public has some dumb things. You know, big corporations in this country, y'all know I normally don't do this, but big corporations in this country has messed up a lot of things, though I don't have a problem with big corporations. But so is the little man. Who is the people that is pulled over and thrown in prison for doing God knows what when you turn on your news? The little man. Now you could say, oh, Bobby, that's because the big man has so much money he gets out of it. If it's heinous enough, trust me, they get caught. But what I am saying is people are crazy, so I'm very careful about opening up Q&As. That's questions and answers. You have the questions. Thank you very much. You have the answer. I have the answer. You have the answers. It's been a long day. A long week. All right, so I'm going to answer questions from you the best I possibly can. There's 50 of you in here. Go ahead and hit the like button. So let me see if I can find the first one. Y'all forgive me if I overlook you. Let me see. This first question I see, if I've ever looked you, y'all forgive me. Winford Reiner writes, hey man, it happens to be LSU's year. All you can do is tip your hat to them. But these LSU fans are crazy if they think this is going to be a cakewalk. Clemson is a formidable opponent. There is a form of a question there, and I'm going to answer that. Let me tell you right now, I have said this for a long time. I respect LSU. And me and Pigskin Pete did a wonderful, glorious show tonight. It should probably win a Golden Globe, an Academy Award, and a Grammy, even though there was no music in it. We could put some music behind it and turn it into spoken word, and we'd win a Grammy for it. We did a wonderful show last night. Very educational, very entertaining as well. We talked about this game, and one of the things that my good friend Pigskin Pete said, he hit the nail on the head. He nailed the hammer on the head. Was this, that if you're talking to a LSU fan, if you say anything other than LSU's going to win this game, you've lost your mind. But if you're talking to a football fan who cares anything about anything, you can say this is going to be a good game and that it's going to be a toss-up. One of the things, Winford, that I would say to you is that in so many people's minds, this game is done. There ain't no reason for Clemson to get on the jet today and fly down there to New Orleans. Ain't no reason for LSU to get on the bus and drive an hour and 20 minutes southeast to New Orleans, because the game's already been decided. LSU's done won this thing, or so they think. I said this one time, and I'm going to say it's the last time. So if you don't hear this from now on, go, woo, woo, you join me late, well, that's on you. I'm not going to address it again. Anybody could win this game. But LSU is not going to win by 60 points. There's a ton of you sitting out there who's going, LSU by 60, because you beat a team with mannequins for defense. You meet, and I got Mr. Retarded saying Clemson by 8. I'm going to give my official prediction tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I'm going to do it. It'll be Saturday night. I figured that nobody should possibly get injured, arrested, or captivated by aliens, kidnapped on Sunday. We should be fine if I do it then. But I will go ahead and tell you I believe Clemson is going to win this game. But it's not going to be a blowout on either side. But there's so many people who believe that LSU is going to beat the crap out of them. And I don't believe it. And that tells me it's more of a drive-by fan. It's more of a, well, I've heard this throughout the season, so therefore Clemson can't be this good. Very difficult. But here's what a lot of people are making it out to be. I'm going to move on to the next question after this, because time's run away on me. It happens, but it is what it is. How everybody's painting a picture that Clemson's going to show up with just the defense. Their offense ain't showing up Monday night. It's Joe Burrow versus Clemson defense, and it's going to be the LSU defense versus nobody. Trevor Lawrence ain't showing up. Travis Etienne ain't showing up. The 4 out of 5 seniors on the offensive line ain't showing up. T. Higgins ain't showing up. Justin Ross ain't showing up. Marty Rogers ain't showing up. I can keep going. That's a lie. They are showing up, and you need to quit that. Let's go down here. Let's try to catch some of these questions. I know I'm missing some of y'all. Forgive me if I jump over them, but it is what it is. Here we go. All right. Score prediction I'll give tomorrow night. All right. I'm going to slide on up here. Bunch of questions. All right. From Ballard Sports Media, I'm going to take this. Bobby, do you feel the same about LSU this year like you did about Alabama last year when you said they don't know what's coming their way from Clemson? That's a great question. Let's go back to last year. Let's paint the picture of what was last year, because, see, right now, everybody's forgetting what was said before the game last year. Everybody was so shell-shocked after what happened with a 28-point win over the team who was, before the game, maybe the greatest ever. Well, Bobby, we know, Bobby, that's not right. I know, Bobby, that's not right. That's not what was said before this game. See, it's easy to go back on, and do that whole 2020, hindsight thing. But you and I both know, if you're not using the crust around your anus to think, we both know that before that game, Clemson had a snowball's chance in you-know-where to win this game. You know it, and I know it. So anybody who wants to lie about it and go, well, there was no deficiencies. Everybody said that Clemson, even after destroying a good Notre Dame team, what did Notre Dame do this year? We're talking about last year. Notre Dame looked really good last year. They had times that they could be better, but Notre Dame did make it fair and square into that college football playoff, and we destroyed them. Then we turned around, listen to me, we turned around and we played a team in Santa Clara. It wasn't in their back door like this game. We destroyed them, murdered them. And even coming into this season, people, about 3 weeks before the season began, forgot about what happened and started going, Jerry Judy's great, and Waddle's great, and Rhodes is great, and Tua's great, and Saban's great, and insert name here is great, and insert name there is great. Clemson ain't winning again. Until they got knocked out of the playoffs. You can sit there and lie and tell me what you think. Now, I'm talking about then. The point is a lot of people saying that LSU's just got this bag in the game, or game in the bag. I hope that everybody, including LSU, thinks they have this game in the bag. Because if they do, Clemson's going to beat the crap out of them this year. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Ed has his team together. I like Ed Orgeron. I like LSU. I respect their team. But this thinking that Clemson's just going to be blown out of the stadium is dumb. So hopefully that answers your question. Let me go up here. I'm trying to grab some more. There's a bunch of you. Y'all forgive me if I miss your question. It ain't personal. Jesse Sullivan says, how much do you think LSU will run tempo to keep Venables from subbing in? I could see that. I think that would be a smart move on their part. But I will tell you this, if he feels like something's getting out of hand, he'll call a timeout. I know you can't burn a timeout every time you don't get your way because you start wasting timeouts. But what I'm telling you is you can call a timeout, get your set in here and go, okay, they're not going to let us sub. Now we've got change. I think he's ready for that. But that's a great question. I would not be surprised if they did it, but I think the players on the field will be ready for it. That's a great question. That's a really, really good question. Dan may ask a great question. How many sacks will Clemson get on Joe? I say 3 to 4 if they win the game. What's so interesting about Clemson is when they go into these big games, a lot of people automatically go, they ain't going to do it. They've been playing against the likes of North Carolina. They've been playing against the likes of NC State. And they've been playing. And then Clemson comes in, knocks somebody's head off their shoulders. We didn't see that happening because you didn't evaluate the entire team, which includes the coaching staff. So I believe they sack him 3 to 4 times if they win the game. If they can't get to him, LSU wins the game. Ricky Phillips says, do you think the team is more focused for this game than the last time Clemson was in New Orleans? Referring to 2 years ago when Kelly Bryant was a quarterback for us. Heck of a question. I think we got to come back to this. Who's leading your team? Who is leading your team? Are we talking about a person who's a really good athlete, who can run, they're lined up as a quarterback, and they can throw certain passes against certain teams, but overall, they're not an NFL passer? That'd be Kelly Bryant. You remember at the halftime of that Alabama game, we were down 10-6. Second half, end up giving up 14 points. Clemson loses 24-6 in that game. One of them was a pick six for a touchdown, so that means the offense didn't score for Alabama. The next touchdown was Kelly Bryant was hit. The ball goes up, and the defensive lineman picks the ball off and runs it back to the Clemson, 45, 44-yard line? So Alabama took the ball from there, went down and scored. So you mean to tell me that entire second half, all the times they had the ball, they couldn't score? Absolutely. It's very different. We have a quarterback who can throw the ball. He knows how to read. He's got great chemistry with the wide receivers. And our running back can catch the ball like a 3-year-old catches any sickness you could possibly imagine in preschool. So, yes, that's a big deal. It's a very different situation than them because we have a genius as a passer. Probably one of the greatest all time. Great question. Mom of 30 says, what is your key to the game for Clemson to win? You know, it's kind of like asking, what's the ingredients to a cake? You know, if you leave out the eggs, you leave out the milk. You can leave out just one of them and it messes up all of them. So Mom of 3, I'll give you this answer and hopefully everybody will understand what I'm saying there. There's no one thing that Clemson has to do. This is a national championship, so what that means is there's probably 4 or 5 things that both teams will have to do to win the game. You get what I'm saying? It's like trying to name what's the most important ingredient, as I've already said, of a cake. You take one out, everything goes to pot. You got to have all the ingredients there. I'll go them really, really quick. I did a video just a couple of nights. You should go check it out and hit the subscribe button, yada, yada, yada. But, on the defensive side of the ball, Clemson's defensive line has got to get pressure on him whether there's a blitz or not. LSU's got a really good offensive line, but we have really good defensive linemen. If you listen to the media leading up to this game, all you heard about was the 4 players we lost on the offensive line. Well, I hate to tell you, and I hate to bring it up because everybody's going to have a field day with this one, but remember, one of those players never played in the college football playoff because of the whole PUD scandal. So Dexter Lawrence never played that. So we actually went in with 3 of our guys. One of those guys came in and played, ended up drafted because of it. And Niles Pinckney was the second guy in, playing right behind him. Okay, Albert Huggins came in, and then Niles Pinckney, who's still on the team, played behind him. Our defensive line has got to get pressure on Joe whether we're getting pressure from a blitz or not. We know how Venables likes to bring a blitz. That's one thing. Second of all, Isaiah Simmons is the X factor to me. I saw somebody else put that in there, but I can go ahead and promise you I said that before tonight. He is the X factor. You can line it up anywhere. He's one of the best athletes on the team, offense, defense, whatever. Scout, one of the best players to ever walk through Clemson's door. You can line him up at safety. The question is, when Justin Fields threw his first interception, who picked it off? Isaiah Simmons. Where was he lined up? At safety. Yeah, the Butkus Award winner was dropped back to free safety, came across the field about 35, 37 yards, picked off the pass. That's what Joe Burrow has to play against. We have never seen a quarterback like Joe Burrow, but I can promise you this. Joe Burrow has never seen a linebacker like Isaiah Simmons. That's one of the things. And the next thing that I'm going to throw out there, and it's very important, Travis Etienne, his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. Do I think that he's going to rush for a bunch of yards? Maybe he does. whatever he does, whether it's running or rushing, he will be a major reason why we win this game if we win this game. I believe it's going to be more in the passing game because they're going to shut down the middle because they got a nice physical defensive line. He might bust a couple of runs, but I think it's going to be the passing game. And you get the ball to his hands in space, and guess what happens? Boom. It happens. Hopefully that answers your question. I'm trying to get to a few more questions in here. Bobby, are you selling a kidney to go to the game? Tyler Jackson. I tried to, but nobody bought me. Mr. Retarded said, will this be bigger than the Bama win last year? You know, when you start winning multiple national championships, you start having places of where they rank. And that's one thing that bothers me, though. I love the national championship, and I love what's going on. A national championship is a national championship. I get the question, understand what you're saying, but I think trying to... If we win this game, it's going to be big. But you can't top beating Alabama in the national championship by 4 touchdowns. This would be huge for us if we win this game. But understand what I'm saying there. Let's see. Let's go through here. I got more questions. A lot of questions in here I'm trying to get to. Tell you this, I'm just going to move to the front. Y'all forgive me if I overlook your question. It ain't personal. There's a ton of them on here. Edward Craven says, Bobby, ETN over under for touchdowns. I'll just say this. I believe for us to win this game, you're going to see ETN have about 3 touchdowns. Ishbakar Yalla Fatar asks the question, what about a very close game? Between you and I believe 100% it's going to be a 2-point game. I believe my Tigers win, but I believe it's going to be a close game. Now, if Clemson comes out there and beats them by 2 or 3 touchdowns, I'll take it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd take it. Next question. Got 94 of you in here, 40 thumbs up. Somebody hit the thumbs up button. It's really easy to do. That little button that looks like hit it. I appreciate it. TXA Clan says, you think the whiteouts could be a bit better than the last? If you're talking about Ohio State, I think possibly. I will say this. I will say this. Ole was a really good wide receiver. I mean, let's go back to one of the first plays of the game. Fields goes down the right sideline. Darian Kendrick had some of the best coverage you could ever want. The only way that you would beat that, listen, the only way that he would keep that pass from being completed is if it was pass interference. Ole went up and caught the ball. What is so funny to me is that since we beat Ohio State, somehow they're not that good anymore. And I think that is where people are making mistakes. Ohio State was that good. We were just that better. And you can throw the refs out there, but there was a ton of plays other than that one play that happened. Let's go. Somebody said, rest in peace, Neil Peart. Yes, Neil Peart, great drummer from Rush, passed away. Great drummer. Was Lee Harvey Oswald the shooter or a patsy? He was a patsy. If we beat LSU in New Orleans, then there will be a statue of Trevor built outside of Death Valley, Reuben Terry. They should. Question of the night, would LSU even be here if Tua stayed healthy? Yeah, I still think so. I still think so. But that's still, well, you know what? I kind of tossed that up. When he played against them, they were hurt. He was hurt really bad. Shouldn't have been playing that game. Shouldn't have been playing in the game against Mississippi State. And a lot of people goes, well, whatever Coach Saban says, it goes. Why? Because he's won a bunch of games. Remember, just because somebody makes a lot of money, just because somebody's had a lot of success, just because somebody makes a lot of good decisions, does not mean every decision that they make is a good decision. He should have never let that guy play that game. And I have people going, well, that hip injury had nothing to do with his ankle injury. It has everything to do with it, because if your ankle is messed up, you can't run as fast, you can't get away from guys like that who you normally get away from, and you got pounded. So if you can't get that, you have piss for brains. Better team, OSU or LSU? We'll find out Monday night. We'll find out Monday night. And I have 94 in here. Thank you so much. Ricky Phillips said, you freaked out my daughter when you read my question. Hey, daughter. I don't mean that weird. ETN, Bo Weevil said this, one of my favorite names. ETN may be the best player to ever played at Clemson. He will have 150 rushing, no Russian collusion. You're right. No Russian collusion here. TXA Clan says, Bobby, what do you think about Clemson's recruiting class? To me, they seem really good. They're brilliant. Best class we ever had. Right, going to stay on here a few more minutes. Y'all go ahead and type in your questions. More than happy to answer. Answer as quick as I can and as thoroughly as I can. It's like going through a car that's dirty. First, you got to clean the trash out. And the most annoying thing to me that bothers me is two things. Going up under a seat and you think you've reached as far as you possibly can up under a seat, and all of a sudden your hand goes in another 4 or 5 inches. You're like, whoa! That doesn't even seem physically possible. And then you do. And then trying to wipe off stuff that has dust on it. Every time you wipe it off, everything's clean. Then you got those 2 little specks of dust. So you come out and try to re-wipe it with a little liquid or something, you know, to grab it and stuff. And it leaves 1 speck. Well, then you try to wipe that again. It leaves 3 specks. So it's like, whoa, the math ain't working here. Clemson Carson asked a question. Goodbye. Hey, Clemson Carson. What do you think is the X factor to a Clemson win? It's kind of like that question I answered earlier, and I said it's kind of like the ingredients to a cake, Clemson Carson. You can't say that you could have one without the other. You know, the eggs, the flour, the milk, all that bunch of stuff. If you're doing an instant cake, that's basically all you need. If you're doing in this case, we're doing a custom cake. There's a lot of ingredients to it. My phone's about to die, so if it just dies, I'm sorry. I'll answer this question, probably going to have to go because it is about to die. I'll give you 2 X factors in this game. The protection of the quarterback and how much the defense pressures Joe Burrow. There's the X factor. I know that's very simple, but sometimes we make this stuff too hard. We're trying to be geniuses here. Sometimes 1 + 1 is all you need, and that's what we need in this game. Mafu says, do you believe in luck and omens? Deshaun won his playoff game and the Saints got knocked out. No, I don't. If y'all give me a second, I'll go get something to plug up this. It's going to take me about 20 seconds to go get this. I'm going to plug it up so I can keep. I like some of these questions. Really good questions. All right, I'm back. I'm going to plug up this. Phone. Y'all forgive me having to do this. Phone's about to die. Is everybody there? All right. Let's go on up. Let's go on up. Bo Weevil says, would defense shut down LSU running game? Okay, so here's what I'm being told by LSU fans. LSU fans are telling me this. They're saying Clyde Edwards-Helaire is fine. I'm going to tell you this from sitting and watching running backs for years. I don't care who they are. Don't care how talented they are. I don't care if they played for Florida State in 1994, 1993. I don't care if they played for Doo-Doo State 5 weeks ago. Truth is, anytime you mess up, no matter who you are, no matter what position you play, but especially running back, because you're a running back, anytime you have hamstring problems and you don't have adequate time to heal, you got a big problem. LSU's fans going, running back's just fine. Yeah, that's funny because less than 2 weeks ago, he was not fine. They were having to play him in a very limited role. So Edwards-Helaire could take a couple of good hits, and all of a sudden, he's back to where he was a couple of weeks ago. Someone said, are you doing this from a phone? Yes, I am. Michael Fornbacher, my buddy out there in Las Vegas, just keeps supporting this channel. I tell you this, I come in here, I turn up this phone, and I just get on here and talk. That's all I do. I just get on here and talk. I try to give the best of me and my opinions. The majority of them are right. I try to offer it to the public because I think the public doesn't have much to choose from. We have a lot of people who are characters. They're funny. They know when to scream. They know when to play. They know what to do with people's emotions. But are they right? Majority of the time, no. But you are meeting someone who, with the majority of the time, is right. I'm glad you all here. Go Tigers. Big old LSU fan. Thank you for getting on here. Go Tigers. I tell you right now, Go Tigers. If y'all don't know him, he just showed up recently. He's a big LSU fan. He believes in his team. Let me tell you right now, if you have a team in this game, if you're an LSU fan, you should believe you're going to win this game. If you're a Clemson fan, you should believe you're going to win this game. He believes his team is going to win this game, but he has been a gentleman about it. He's talked a little bit of trash, but not much at all. And if you talk trash, I'm fine with that. It's when you get stupid, I don't like it. I don't like it. But I'm glad he's on here. I've not given my score prediction. I'm going to do that tomorrow night, as Lord willing. I'm going to do it tomorrow night. Let's go on down. Bobby, this from Tyler Jackson. Bobby, does Ross and or Higgins have a better game than OSU? They looked very out of sync in my opinion. Both got injured, Tyler. Of course, Higgins got hurt within the first drive of the game. Very freak accident. And then Justin Ross had been battling injuries. Ohio State come out there and beat us up pretty good. And I'll give that to them. I don't even have to give it to them. It is what they did. They're a good football team. There's two complete football teams. And you say, what's complete football teams? Complete football team is when you have a team who has both an offense and a defense. And it's good when they have a special teams, but you got to first have an offense and a defense. And Clemson and Ohio State is the only team. I know LSU's got Derek Stingley Jr., and they got some good players on their defense, but you gave up 38 points to Vanderbilt. You gave up 37 points later on. I mean, near the very end of the season to Ole Miss. You've given up a lot of points to a lot of people. And you gave up 20 points to an Arkansas team who couldn't score on me and my 3-year-old, or he's turned forward recently, and my 13-year-old in our backyard. We'd stop them. Y'all couldn't. So while you do have some good players like Derek Stingley Jr., while you do have some good corners and good players here and there, you recruit well all the time. The problem is that your defense has taken a major step back. What about against Oklahoma? Did you see that, Bobby? Aren't you an idiot? You're dumb. You're stupid. You go ahead. Monday night's going to tell you a lot. George says, Joe Burrows is better than Trevor Lawrence. Here's what a lot of people don't know. Go to Google right now. I'm telling you to get off my channel. Go to Google. After I say this, go to Google and type in Joe Burrow's age and Lamar Jackson's age. Joe Burrow is older by about 2.5, 3 weeks than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's what, in his second season in the NFL? That's how long Joe, and I have a lot of respect for Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow has been around that long. So, yeah. Trevor's 19. Already has a national championship under his belt. Played at one school. Let me see. Got Tiger Cat in here. Dirty Joe says, do you think Amari Rodgers will have a good game, kind of like Hunter Renfrow? You know, last night on that wonderful show that me and my good friend Pigskin Pete did, I asked him, I said, I want you to give me one player from offense, one player from the defense that you believe has to have a big game on Monday night. God is my witness. He said Amari Rodgers for the offense. And I agree with him. I agree with him. 100%. I agree with him. Amari Rodgers would be great to see. Because here's the deal. You know Higgins is ridiculous. And after that playoff last year, you know Ross is ridiculous. I mean, he made world class catch after world class catch. So they're going to lock them down. You're going to see some players trying to lock them down. To me, Amari Rodgers, who, by the way, tore his ACL and is now faster than ever. He's fast as he's ever been in his entire life after that injury. I believe he could have a big game. Somebody else I think will have a big game is Braden Galloway. Braden Galloway, 6'6", tight end. He could just play this past week. I'm not telling you he's going to have 150 yards receiving. I'm telling you he's going to have maybe even just 2 catches that's going to be huge. Well, I'll come back and go, those were historic. The game wouldn't have, it's kind of like when Jordan Leggett caught that pass behind his back. We won the national championship for the first time since '81 with Watson. You go, oh my God, that happened. Let me see. Somebody asked me a political question. I try to stay off politics. Jay Jobs. Jay, hey, man there, Jay Jobs. It's good to see you, buddy. Jay, I'm glad you just showed up. Started just seeing you on here since I've been doing these videos. Says, are you being too harsh on LSU? No, I'll tell you right now, I think that I've been very fair to LSU. LSU is very talented. I've said that 100 times. I've said this about Clemson. Clemson can't come out flat in this game. They'll get blown out. Okay? I think that what I'm trying to do is be honest about LSU and who they are. If you turn on the television, if you get on here, you look on my my comment board, you look on others who does what I do, you look on their comment board. There ain't no way in a very hot place that LSU's going to lose this game, and that's false. If last year's Alabama team, listen to me, if last year's Alabama team could lose, and I know that you go, well, Burrow's had a historic season. Look how many great players was on Alabama's team from top to bottom. And we blew them out. If that could happen, that could happen. I know it's hard to believe to Joe Burrow. It could happen to Trevor Lawrence Monday night. But what I'm doing is I'm bringing everybody back down to earth. This is not going to be a blowout game on either side. I am saying that this is going to be a great game. I believe my team is going to win, and Jay Jobs, you should believe that LSU is going to win because you love them. Or that's what it seems like. So hopefully I answered your question. Let's go back through here. Matthew Desjardins. I hope I said that right, buddy. Forgive me if I didn't. What about Clemson getting Galloway back? They going to use him heavy in the offense. That's what I said just a second ago. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think he's going to come in and catch 7, 8, 10 balls for, 100, 110 yards. What I do think is going to happen, though, is I think that he's going to come in and he could possibly catch 2 or 3 passes that could really change the direction of the game. He is that good of a player, and when he hasn't been in the game that much and you just see him trotting out there, kind of funny. Run blocking, he possibly could do that. You could possibly see him. He's a big dude. If nobody's ever seen Braden Galloway is 6'6". So it's like a big old Trevor lining up at tight end. He was really good. In fact, he actually played quarterback. Braden Galloway played quarterback at the high school of my hometown. I know a lot about him. He's a very talented player. Tyler Jackson says, Bobby, I'm drinking a beer in honor of you. You're doing God's work, my good sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, I'm getting close to shutting this down. Any questions? Go ahead. Throw them out here to me. 93 in here, 62 thumbs up. Go ahead and hit again. Somebody said, I'm just drinking beer. Good. Is LSU's defense good, or did Oklahoma offense basically deployed? I think LSU was really focused on this game. I think they did a really, really good job. I think they exposed. I know Hurts got better as a passer, but he's still not a great passer. And I think they exposed it. And I think they came in ready, and I think they were ready for this game. I think they were ready for this game, 100%. So, it's a big deal. Big deal. They did a great job. Oklahoma, I think they came into the game not nearly as prepared as they should have been. I did think that they were going to pull the upset, and I'm going to tell you why. Their defense had been playing better. I didn't say they were playing great. They'd been playing better this season than they ever had been. And their defense looked like they had went out the night before, got hammered drunk, and then come out hungover trying to play against y'all. And it just lets me know that they wasn't ready. And what that really comes back on is their coaching staff's not ready. Somebody asked me, are you from Seneca? Yeah, I am. Stephen Hall asked for a score prediction. I'm doing that tomorrow night. Let me see. Rex 1230 Kenny says, I just got here. Man, glad you got here. George Brown says, if Clemson wins, would Dabo be considered better than Saban? No, but he'll be considered the premier coach now. 3 national championships out of 4 years and 5 consecutive college football playoffs, yes. Tipper Steffi1 says, hello from California. Man, there to you. Do you think LSU would have beat Ohio State? You know, J. Jobs, I really don't know. You know, as of right now, I'd love to go back in time and put those two teams against each other and see what happened. You know, just because one team beats another doesn't, you know, that one team beats one team and this other team beats the same team doesn't always mean something. It doesn't, but I think that it could be. Bo Weevil says he used to love that Poe folks that was in Seneca. I barely remember it. I almost choked on a chicken bone there years ago. I can remember it. Now it's a bar. It's Mullins Irish Pub. I was just there the other day seeing some of my family. What's up, Bobby? Somebody said, giggled. May there to you. Perform. Go Tigers said, have a good one, Bobby. Hopefully I don't miss the prediction tomorrow. Go Tigers. He supported, dropped $5 super chat on me. Thank you there. May I tell you? Good to see you, Go Tigers. And he believes LSU's going to win this game, and I don't blame him. But you know, he hasn't been going, we're going to beat you by 60. If you don't say that, you're an idiot. You got an extra chromosome dancing around in there. Let's see. Thank you so much. Bobby, will you be live streaming when the game is on? Sean D. I don't know. Maybe. I really like to focus on the game. This is one thing that you'll find out about me. If you talk to anybody who knows me like Tiger Nation, of course, Pigskin Pete, Prince 6'1", Tiger Nate. When I go to a football game or when I watch a football game, I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all going to be shocked at this. I don't like to talk during it. If I wanted to talk, I'd go somewhere else and go talk to somebody. When I watch a football game, I'm watching a football game. I don't want anybody talking to me. I don't want to talk to anybody bothering me. Now, I'm not saying if one of my boys was hurting or if my wife was hurting and it was an emergency and they need my help that I would ignore it and go away. And that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when I am watching a game, if it is not important, I work all the time, stay away from me. Leave me alone. Don't come in there and tell me you got a hangnail. Don't come in there and ask me, hey, I know this could wait till tomorrow, but I'm choosing now to talk to you. Leave me alone. (864) Matthias says Daniel's greater than Seneca. For y'all who don't know, Daniel is the high school there in the Clemson area. It's actually in central South Carolina. I'll tell you who played football there. Grady Jarrett played there. I think it was Grady Jarrett, wasn't it? Shaq Lawson. Nuke Hopkins played there. That's right. Of course, the Venables played there. The Sweeneys played there. Some really good players played there. Was it Grady Jarrett? I'm trying to remember. Or was it Jackson? God, I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of good football players there. But yeah, Seneca's football program sucks. I'm from Seneca. Last good football player, it's been a while. It used to be a football powerhouse, and Seneca just don't care about football anymore. Will I go live after the game? I don't know. I might. Of course I will. I will. I hope we win. If we don't, I'm still going live. Unless I'm sick, I will do that. Somebody said, Tiger Cat said, I haven't been to a Po Folks in forever. It's what they used to have there. All right. It's your time to get your last questions in. I'm shutting down. Time to go downstairs and let my wife see me. She thinks I'm handsome. Are you recording on Monday? Possibly. Possibly. Probably before the game, I'll go live for a little bit. Probably go live at halftime. I always try to do that at Clemson games. Oh, forgive me. J.M. Apple said, I placed $1,000 on LSU straight up. Well, you might win a lot of money. I think you're going to lose it, but you might win a lot of money. Ryan Sherlin said, May there, old buddy. May there to you. Larisha. Lord, she's in here. May there to you. Joe Catter said, have you heard LSU play neck? I don't know. Don't think I have. Tiger Cat says, I love it. You're so funny. Let my wife see me. Tiger Cat, your people are clamoring for you in my stream tonight. Tisk kiss. Let's heed their call. OBVD. He's a legend. Smell Mop says, what does May there mean? I'm saying May there to you. May there, how you doing? Hey. Joe Catter says, look up. Ryan Sherlin says, BVD when you sleep. Somebody says LSU by 1. All right, well, everybody, I'm closing this down. 92's in here, 67 thumbs up. Everybody hit your thumbs up real quick. Hit the subscribe button. If you have not subscribed, y'all go ahead and hit it. I I saw one question. I like this. Matthew Desjardins. You've asked quick questions, but I like this. You said, what do I think about using DJ as Burrow in practice? I like it. He's a big kid, got a lot of talent, and I think it gives him a chance to be excited about being at Clemson. I like it. Let's see. All right, looking in here. Well, everybody, I'm closing down. Happy Friday to you. If you're not working third shift or second, you're off work. If you are working second, you're about to get off work here in the next few. If you're working third, well, I'm sorry, but you're still about to get off. I'm very, very, very happy. Very, very happy to have everybody on here. Thank you so much for your support in your show. Everybody who's giving the super chats tonight. Make sure to tell your friends and family about me. A lot of people went, oh, I didn't know about you, Bobby Dirkens. Tell your friends and family about I love to have them on here. You know, I'm glad when people give me super chats. But I'm actually just happy when you just show up and listen to me and send your questions in. Hopefully I can answer them and do the Lord's work. How many people like to hear me close out this with a song I make up off the cuff? Guitar's out tuning a little bit, but y'all forgive me. Sounds like a retarded cat. When I kissed you, I realized you'd been eating peanut butter sandwiches. You whispered in my ear weird little wishes. I knew there was something wrong when you had hair under your armpits. I almost cussed out loud and said a word that rhymes with it. You're an ugly girl, a stinky ugly girl. Why does your breath smell like sardines? It makes me think you've been eating something that smells like fishies. You got the jaws that could be used for jaws of life. If hell wins, you would become my wife. When did I make God so mad that he'd get me to ask you out? You make me want to wish a car would run over me and blow my spleen out. Blow my spleen out. Blow my spleen out. All right, somebody just requested a song. I'll sing just a little bit. He grew up side by side, but he never was quite right. He acted different. He had a weird look in his eyes. Turned 18 and set his family down. Told all of us, this is who I am. And what he said almost put his daddy in the ground when he said, I'm a gamecock. I'm a gamecock. And that explained everything wrong with him. stupid chicken tone, and all his logic was long gone. And after that day, we never spoke to him again. And after that day, we never spoke to him again. That was a good one. All right, I'm gonna sing this last one. Just call him in a singing mood. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken, go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. Take a fish out of water and try to make it drive a car. Even if you're drunk, you know it wouldn't get too far. Just like those chickens from Columbia trying to play football, we rip their bloomers off and strangle them with their jaws. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken, go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. Put grandma in a bikini and put her in an old contest. I'd rather have my eyes burned out instead of looking at that mess. Just like those chickens from Columbia in the armpit of the state, running their mouth, pissing people off. They're claiming they something they ain't. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken, go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. Come on, sing it with me. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken, go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. You know Clemson plays great football without a doubt. Oh yeah. But you boys are really good at eating dookie for a snack, 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 snack. Whoa! Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken, go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. Come on, sing it with me, you know it now. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken, go do what you do best. Go ahead and pick your dookie chicken and the tigers will do the rest. The rest, the rest, the rest, rest, rest. Yeah. You know, even in Clemson's worst year, they're still better than those Gamecocks from Columbia. And remember, they're in the SEC. May there to all of you, may there. Okay, I'm closing down, I swear. I've been saying that for about 40 minutes now. Thank you so much. I'll probably do a video tomorrow night. Y'all have a good, safe weekend. Saw Chops was eating at Bojangles out there in Seneca. As soon as I moved away from Seneca, they built a Bojangles. I guess it is what it is. Y'all be good. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, hit the like button. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up. I'll keep showing out.